No, wait, for this one we should go about it like... No, Heathcliff's been in the vanguard for too long. I should pull him back and let him. Dante. Oh, sorry, did you say something? I provided you an answer to your question, but you exhibited no observable response. Is the Cinder's combat performance deteriorating beyond manageable parameters? No, things aren't that bad. It's just hard to focus on one conversation when trying to support battles happening in completely different places at once. On top of that, Rhodia's shopping chatter's getting a little distracting. A few days after we entered N-Corp's district, the bus pulled over in the back streets. The bus pulled over in the back streets of N-Corp to take care of a distortion case. This contract was supposed to be handled jointly with the LCD team, but distortions suddenly started cropping up all over the area of the back streets called Butter Street, without any coherent pattern. No obvious sign of origin or route of spread. Nothing convenient like that, and I had no choice but to split the sinners into several groups and send them out. Otis, Ishmael, Sinclair, Don Quixote, Isang, and Mersal were on their way to the rendezvous with the LCD team. Heathcliff, Gregor, and Honglu were suppressing distortions that had showed up from other directions. And with our on-board stocks scraped down to the bottom, Rhodia and Ryoshu, who were done with their share of the suppression work, were put in charge of buying supplies for the bus. As for Faust, she decided to stay behind with me on the bus. I wanted to get through the consultation sessions I'd been putting off, and I thought I might as well get myself some much-needed practice with the handling of the new golden bow power I acquired. To reiterate, there are no issues requiring special concern regarding Faust. It is true that Faust has, on several recent occasions, expressed dissatisfaction with a current Faust. However, those instances should be classified as mere personal grievance. I mean, that's a good thing if there's all there is to it, but this was not the first time that Faust seemed unlike herself. There had been times before when she spent far longer alone than usual, lost in thought. Moments when she could not produce immediate answers to questions from the other sinners or me. Could it be? You can't access the what's it called? May I ask your basis for that inference? Because you're acting a lot like you did back on the warp train. It appears there may remain occasions on which you are still capable of surprising Faust, Dante. So I was right, you really are cut off from them. I'm gonna try. That was not intended as confirmation of your conjecture. Maybe she's saying that while she can technically access Gesellschaft, it may as well be that she can't. I wish I could ask more and get to the bottom of it, but the way she was sidestepping the subject told me that prying wouldn't give me any further insight. Right, I won't press you if you don't want to talk about it. Your reserve is appreciated. Shall we move on? Yes, your consultation is the next agenda. After cross-referencing the records pertaining to the recent events in the House of Spiders, it would appear that memories concerning the individuals designated as Sora and Ren currently remain only with you, Dante. As such, should the influence of Ryoshu and her sword lead to further omissions in the official records, the manager will be responsible for supplementing the necessary information. Yeah, not the first time I was the only one left with intact memories, huh? That's right, despite K-Corp's memory wipe procedure, Catherine's erasure by the Golden Bow's power, and Arashiki severing people from existence, I was the only one who remembered what had transpired. But ironically enough, the memories I had prior to swapping my head with this clock still no sign of returning. Why won't my old memories come back though? Is it because of this blockhead? Speculation based on your own experience with the bus team thus far will not meaningfully contribute to the recovery of your former memories, manager. Inductive reasoning conducted from memories with gaps, after all, is bound to have structural limitations. Foggy would serve as an adequate analogy. Foggy? Yes, Foggy. Receiving feed and increasing in body mass alone would provide with no meaningful basis for identifying the purpose of its rearing, even at the terminal stage, when exposed to kitchen instruments and the heat of the stove. Its limited experience would prove inadequate to constitute an understanding of its ultimate fate and purpose. Likewise, the ultimate answer to your doubts can only be attained from the whole of the experience that you will have accumulated at the terminus of your entire journey, that is your allotted mission. Because treasure awaits at the end of the road, at the end of hell. And that treasure will give me back my memories and my head also. The fact that they can get that to like reverse engineer that thing is kind of crazy. Like, how do you even get like your body parts back? Indeed, at the end of the road you will be able to engrave your aspect. I still have no idea exactly what aspect means or even whether it's an object, but if I know one thing, it's that the me from before all this began had wanted it so badly, obsessively, desperately. It's more like an instinctive knowledge, but with my memories gone, the feeling, however strong it is, does not change the fact that it's just another word with no discernible mental image. And you're not going to tell me what it actually is, are you? The aspect? What it means, or why I wanted it so much? If it remains a piece of information that must be disclosed to you, then no. I am unable to tell you. Hey, no mind, you're still following your star acceptably. Please concentrate on the journey. More importantly, have you grown accustomed to that incomplete power? Current observations suggest you have yet to arrive at that level. Well, I've gotten pretty used to focusing on one place at a time, but keeping track of several places at once is still a bit rough. Otis's team is doing well in combat even without my direct supervision, and Rhodia's team is shopping and not engaged in battle at the moment. Taking my mind off of them would prove much easier. But that wouldn't give me the much needed practice, so I'm doing my best to keep an eye on every sinner status. Sufficient familiarity should result in substantial tactical value. You would be able to cast a wider net when information gathering and employ previously unavailable tactical patterns. Right, and I'd also be able to tell when it's a bad time to call someone in too. Even as I continued talking to Faust, I made sure not to stop observing the places where each group is and what they're doing. Yep, pulling Heathcliff to the rear was the right call. I don't see any injuries, his team's still doing pretty well even without my directions. As for Rhodia, wait, did she stuff all of the pastries and bread she bought into her pockets? How did she manage that with a huge baguette? And Otis's group, let's see, looks like they joined up with the LCD team without any issues. Oh, I think you're kind of, like, not focusing too well. LCD, then that guy over there must be, hang on. Gosh, there's a dude I've seen before, but he seems a bit, different from what I remember. Could you specify the issue? Never thought I'd hear Dante say dude. I'm monitoring the situation now. We should probably join up with them too. Let's end the consultation here. This is rather precipitous, Dante. If the incident is of serious matter, perhaps a request for support from the LCC. No, it's not an incident. Though I wouldn't say it's not serious. This is going from bad to worse. Really, Dante seems to be tied up helping the other groups. Otis's command calls have been working out well enough, I'll give her that. We've managed to hold the line better than expected, but we're definitely starting to feel the strain. Otis is offended. Why you're waving your hand all of the arm and hand signals? Oh my gosh. Huh, what signals? What's swinging the arm sideways even supposed to mean? Oh my goodness. I love how they're moving the sprites around the screen now. It's always fun to see them just like a little JPEG just flung to the side. You don't know? It's scattered. Damn it, so scattered. That was close. We almost got flattened. Damn it, even rookies with nothing but the most rudimentary of military training would have recognized a hand signal that basic. Well, we're not all trained soldiers here, are we? Oh, I noticed it with others, but they're changing their they're changing their expressions. I think they got more. Verily, the flourish of a single hand doth indeed make boast of a chivalric elegance. Yet when thou suddenly wavest thine arm about, clenching it and unclenching thy hand in that mystical fashion, only to suddenly turn tail, forsooth, I am left bereft of understanding what thou meanest to say. To think that of all personnel in the team, only the swabby has the discipline to interpret a basic field signal. I only picked it up during my sailing days, and realistically speaking, did you really expect ordinary people like the others to understand professional military signals? This is unacceptable. After all the operations all of you have been deployed under my lead, you're all still ignorant when it comes to non-verbal signs. Then just teach them. I don't think even Dante would know those signals. Yet might as well be splitting hairs, literally. Let us appease our agitated hearts and follow Miss Otis's instruction. We should disperse and withdraw. Megatron landing. Oh, Megaton. Hey, pretty cool, huh? Let's face it, I know how to make one heck of an entrance. Ezra! Whoa, aren't you supposed to be cleaning up the distortion upstairs? Oh, finito a million years ago. You guys were taking forever, so I figured I'd take a peek and lend a hand. You're welcome. Split by your thundering descent, the floor's form and shape are now crushed beyond mending, sunken deep enough to be likened to the incipitance of a wellspring. And don't you worry your head about it. That's all after teams to take care of. Anyway, that should be all of them, right? The force of your landing neutralized the last distortions outside the building. Great, can you check on the distortion peeps' faces and clothes? Their faces are all segmented. Makes my skin crawl. Not a pleasant sight. As for their attire... this one appears to be a sweeper, and that one yonder bears the attire of an ordinary fixer. Why would there be a sweeper among the distortions? And this distortion I landed on, probably a local resident, judging by the clothes. Did any of you happen to see anything nearby bursting with a big pop and flash? Nay, not once. Okie dokie, you know what? Then let's all head upstairs. The suppressions request is kind of a pain. We'll need to put together a nice, neat plan before we start poking it too hard. A plan, sayest thou? How was this not mere matter of slaying distortions? Where they stand? Oh, shoot. Oh, wait, did nobody brief you? This has oft been the structure of our assignments. We're given instructions, we perform them, only afterwards do we begin to perceive the nature and contour of the task to which we have committed our hand. Really? Well, I guess every department has its own way of doing things. No big deal. I'll explain everything once we're upstairs. Oh, by the way, you didn't get to meet the whole team last time, did you? Only our new girl. This time, that dude, I mean, Mr. Bamboo Hattie Kim's also here, so... he's okay now? Sure he is. He'll be surprised once he see just how okay he is now. So I guess he's really okay. But last time you said he was still under treatment. Has to be the psychological damage. To be precise, a being Hongdu stated that his mind is yet to regain its former tranquility. That... You'll get it once you see him. I feel like we'll just end up having the same conversation twice if I say anything about it now. You have arrived. It's blinding. Man, that's a cool silhouette, CG though. It's so bright, the midday sun is pouring in like crazy. Yet the warm tickle of the sunbeam is rather agreeable. No, this is not sunlight. Because unlike this, there is more to the sunshine than warmth. Then what exactly is this light? Why is this thing on again? It's bright enough to fry my eyeballs. Apologies, Lady Ezra. I'm yet to be accustomed to this machine. This is my first time laying a hand upon this complicated workings of such a contraption. It activated of its own accord, and I have yet to discover the method by which it may be silenced. That's why I told you to leave it alone. Fiddling with things you don't understand usually ends with something, or you broke it. Nothing good comes of it, I tell you. But Mentor, Lady Moses has instructed me that in every moment and event, clues are hidden under the veil of one's surroundings and must be examined with care. Probably doesn't mean you can turn it on, though. Yes, and that only works if you're savvy about the knack. Hang on, did you say mentor? I had not yet been afforded a proper opportunity to introduce him to you. This here is the esteemed leader of the Blade lineage, who is all but a master under whom I have apprenticed. You really have to dress it up like that? I told you I only took on the role because there wasn't anyone else around to take the job. Switch. Where's the switch? Aha! Gotcha. Oh my gosh. That was anticlimactic. Goodness. Known as Bamboo Hatted Kim. I actually like this new design for her. It's nice. Very cute. Yes, that's me. Guess I should say I'm pleased to meet you folks. Bro. He looks like a depressed office guy. Okay, so, more often than not, first impressions are prone to change. The bamboo-hatted Kim I remember was a man who drowned in his own fathoms, blaming himself for his powerlessness, with a listless, heavy voice. That, however, had been a while since he was distorted and sunken into himself, so I figured his original personality might be somewhat different. But this is not just somewhat. His personality isn't even in the same ballpark as my expectations. You're telling me this guy here is Bamboo-Hatted Kim. Not as cool. Yep, we double-checked with Ezra, and she said he's really the same guy. Oh, that fire in your head's not quite at all. Fascinating stuff. He's just grabbing Dante. Can we check again, just in case? Oh my gosh, that's funny. I really can't wrap my head around the fact that this is the sullen, serious man whom we'd fought. Just look at what he's doing. He's rubbing my face all over like he's checking out some kind of mantelpiece or ornament. Oh my gosh. Lots of ticking and talking going on. That's supposed to sound like them talking to you folks, huh? Dude looks like he's going through it. Further confirmation would be redundant, Dante. This individual is conclusively identical to the one designated as Bamboo-Hatted Kim. I've got no idea what you folks are so suspicious about. It's cause you look like a bum. Hongdu, just what exactly have you been telling these people out there about me? They're all staring like they've seen a ghost. I told them you are a gallant and formidable warrior mentor. But they don't look like they've heard the most flattering things about me. There, don't you hear it? The faint undercurrent of disappointment in the ticking? I also told them that you are a man of few words, but with much affection for the followers under your command. Hongdu? Yes, mentor? That's a complete and utter lie. A man of few words is definitely not something you could say about a guy who's as talkative as me, don't you think? Did she just make him out to be, like, cooler than he actually was? Yet I spoke no falsehood. Although your conduct is rather shallow and perhaps less refined for a leader of an organization, you are much more reserved and taciturn when conversing with those unfamiliar to you, are you not? She's so proud of herself. Like, this guy's my mentor, he's the coolest one, and he's just sitting there like, who taught you, well, to say lies? No matter who one may be, one is bound to inspire either approval or disapproval from those around him, so I refrained from mentioning any truths that might invite the latter. To even hint at anything that might tarnish the reputation of my master would not be unlike spitting on his name, mine by extension. I simply had no reason to put on airs in front of my own folks. In any case, oh ho, so you can't see anything if I block this part. Do tell. How many fingers am I holding up? Those are not my eyes, you know. Your own folks, huh? You've already acknowledged and accepted that you now belong to Limbus Company. Why dost thou not pay a visit to the LCE? Verily, when one's mind is plagued by the absence of tranquility, venturing forth into the open air, an touchable field of grass cleareth the storm of the heart. An asset of the company is expected to act in the company's interest. Yet for whatever reason, I didn't see you fighting on the field of the battle during Operation Spider-Pyre. You will have to account for your absence of the mission. Otis addressed Kim as though she were conducting a formal investigation. Every word flat and hard. It was obvious she was not about to let her guard down anytime soon. What mission? Oh, that one. Kim finally seemed inclined to assume a more serious disposition. He stopped peering into my face and turned towards Otis, although his hand was still on my head. It's like annoying a cat. Like, I see my cat and I have to give the forbidden belly rubs. Alright, clearly there's some disconnect in the expectations here. Listen here, you. I'm really not at all that hard bothered. There's not all about that hard, bothersome work. Get what I mean? He was slacking. The real disconnect was between his stoic expression and the words coming out of his mouth. What? So let's talk about the kind of fellow I am. Meet the resident layabout, who's forced to do his job, with a frown too, I might add, only when he's got absolutely no other choice. I'm really not a bit big shot. Ondu apparently has been promoting me as, folks. And I'd very much like to stop getting roped into stuff that keeps putting my life on the line. He's just a dude. Fine, then why did you join the LCD in the first place if you'd rather be unemployed? No, never mind, they probably forced you to stay. You catch on quick. First they spout this nonsense about distortions and all, and then Force hired me, calling me a company-owned resource or whatever. And the other day, they were again on about, what's its name? Golden Bow. Yes, they invited me on a tour to another department to listen in on some important presentation. And I accepted. I thought it would be a fine opportunity to broaden my perspective. Ongdu, dear, there are times when your commitment to duty shines brighter than the sun. I find that attitude so dazzling that I have to squint when I'm looking at you. Who knows, maybe that's why I'm wearing this bamboo hat, to shade my eyes from your utter brilliance. Do you need me to say that you are in need of a shield to protect your eyes? Lady Ezra, might I submit a request for a pair of sunglasses for my mentor, only if it's not too much of an imposition on the budget, that is. She's just taking everything he says the wrong way. They're like probably both like decently smart on their own, but like put them on in the same room and like they just get dumber, especially from the looks of things. Kim, that right there, that's what I keep telling you not to do. You can't just say yes to every silly thing he says and turn it into a supply request. Small expenses add up to a lot, you know. You gotta save up everything you can in the piggy bank while you still can, or you'll end up broke. Is there truly no room for reconsideration? No means no. Then pray, make the purchase for me. I shall cover the cost myself. Oh my gosh. She's crazy devoted. I don't think we've ever seen her like this. No can... Wait, what? Dude. That's like... They look like... I'm not gonna lie, they kind of look like father and daughter. You get your crazed child out of there. Out of there. What the heck? My poor mentor is in a state of great discomfort, yet I possess neither the wisdom nor the knowledge to navigate the silver tongue of merchants and the massive stalls to locate the very best item, so I must beg this favor of you. You're giving me a frickin' headache, girl. I am aware that you and yours are no strangers to such dealing. There is no one else I can trust to complete such a procurement with the swiftness of the wind. You know what? Never mind what I said. I'll just get you what you want. You heard the gentle lady, mentor. Your suffering shall soon be alleviated. Right. My apologies for interrupting you amid conversation. Pray, continue. Oh my goodness. You can just see, like, the more they zoom in, the worse the resolution gets. You had reached the part where they invited you to a tour of another department. No sooner did Ongdu's word left her lips, and then her eyes glinted with something I couldn't really put my finger on. But it was a strange intensity that sent a chill down my spine. Yeah, so that day I was just gonna relax here and watch some TV. Well, good on you for showing up to work today, I guess. Let's say there's a debt to be repaid. At least you understand that we are indeed indebted to the company. Yeah, I suppose so. Kim's gaze lingered on Ongdu's prosthetic arms as he answered. Oh, Miss Ongdu, your arms. Only after following Kim's gaze did Sinclair seemed to notice Ongdu's brand new prosthetic arms. The last time we saw her, Ongdu had lost both her arms, and I remember Ezra asking her to sit tight and choose what kind of prosthesis. Oh my god. I know how to say this word, but it's not working. Those arms are probably it. It's not just her arms, even her clothes are different now, and that sword. I had these arms fitted anew as soon as the operation was concluded. The gracious host in one of the LCD teams had prepared them in advance. With evident satisfaction, Ongdu held up her dark metallic wrists as if to showcase them. The components fixed along her arm clicked and rattled, unfolding for a moment before neatly folding back into place. Oh, such graceful smoothness! What to machine articulation! 'Tis as though I am beholding the marvelous prosthesis of the illustrious Siegfried himself. Yep, the showcase would have gone lackluster without that trademark reaction. Those are strikingly similar to Schwarz Industries' N7 lineup, but I thought that model was discontinued. Not theirs, it's one of the prototypes developed by LCD's Phenomena deciphering team, and they put him on her for trial. Doubt you'll find another like them. They're based on technology spun from distortions. Oh, I see. For a brief moment, Sinclair's eyes lit up as if he had glimpsed something that brought him back to a memory. Then, just as quickly, he fell silent. Whatever he'd want to say next, catching in his chest. Does something trouble you, Master Sinclair? It wasn't hard to understand what struck the tender memory for Sinclair and why it cast a shadow over his face. But sorry, just reminding me of something from a long time ago. My dad used to work at the prosthetics before he passed away. I thought this was the exact same model I saw back then. It appears I lack tact. These arms have spurred a painful memory within you. For that, I apologize. Aha, it's alright, I'm fine now. Sinclair's voice still carried a faint tremor, but beneath it, there was a firmness that had not been there before. He really had grown a great deal. It just took, like, a lot of trauma and death and seeing other people suffer. You can thank yours truly for picking up the sword. I was there with her. I did inform Lady Ezra that any blade could serve as a weapon would suffice, but she insisted on browsing the goods. I dare say I was given the opportunity to lay my eyes on every type of sword I could ever hope to see in this life, walking through the workshop street that day. Oh please girl, we just walked 4 hours, that's nothing. That's not nothing, that could be exhausting. He's enjoying himself. While everybody was distracted taking in Ongdu's new outfit and equipment, Kim had quietly slipped away from the crowd, crouched down in a corner. He was rummaging through things scattered on the floor, picking them up. Is he pocketing them? Anyway, what is this place supposed to be? What are all these things? It's basically a wreck now, but there are strobes and that cloth backdrop there. Maybe it used to be a photo studio. Oh, that could explain why there's so many photos stuck around the place. Probably. This thing definitely looks like a camera, at least. Sinclair picked up a small cylindrical object and turned it over in his hands, studying it with curiosity. What do you suppose this is? A battery, maybe? Ah, there's some kind of strip inside. Let me just pull it out. No, that's... Oh, Marsal was quick. Fish had a sharp warning at Sinclair as if she realized something. Marsal's hand shot out before she could even finish, clasping over Sinclair's wrist before the strip could be pulled out. What did I do? Exposure to sunlight damages these objects. I already pulled it out a little bit though. It can be rewound. Carefully rotate the ridge section to the cylinder. I'm currently blocking the sunlight from reaching into the exposed section. Damage is of no concern. Okay, you mean this one, right? This is the part that rotates. Yep, it went back in. The quiet nod, Marsal took the object from Sinclair's hand. It seems to be a film roll. There's something written on the outside. Experiment number 4. It appears to be a compact roll for a film camera. The fact that they still use this in the city is kind of crazy. You seem to have handled one before. Yes. Marsal's answer came without any further explanation, but the way he adjusted the camera on the table certainly didn't look like that of a first-timer. I once received a report containing photographs taken on film cameras during the war. Film rolls used by N-Corp are particularly difficult to falsify. They were often used to collect intelligence during secret operations. The film fixes light directly onto the medium, from what I've heard. A peculiar expression flashed across Ezra's face as she regarded Otis. Perhaps it was the mention of war that caught her attention. Anyway, we've managed to regroup in one piece. Let's come up with a plan to deal with these distortion guys. Where should we begin? Then in the next breath, she returned to her usual bubbly self. Steered the conversation away from the subject. Both Ezra and I were both still trying to be free of the misconception we inflicted upon ourselves. For all her unfailing quirky disposition, Ezra too may be carrying traumatic memories every bit as devastating as Gregor's. Does there yet remain aught deserving illumination? Yeah, wait, you're right. Haven't we cleaned up the distortion already? I couldn't feel any more traces of distortions nearby, and it didn't seem like any other of the other Sinners teams elsewhere were actively engaged in battle at the moment either. Dante is asking whether the distortion suppression has not, in fact, already been concluded. Oh, not yet. These people we fought just now, they only got caught up in the distortion. They didn't actually distort themselves. We haven't even gotten close to the distortion inflection point yet. Inflection point? Anywho, finding an inflection point without the team leader around is going to take some time. Maybe it won't be too bad with your help. Ezra swept her eyes around the room with a look of frustration as she had just been handed a puzzle box with half the pieces missing. By inflection point, are you referring to the point on the graph in which the directionality of its curvature changes? Calling to mind the present context, it may be less be a mathematical term and more a specialized polyseem referring to the point at which distortion occurs. The motive, intent, or indeed the point at which inflection of the mind occurs. Yep, that's about right. That's the kind of inflection point I was talking about. So in our department, we use that term, the source of a distortion, the inflector, or the cause behind it, stuff like that. You know, distortion's hard to treat if you don't know the core cause. Treat the symptoms you see on the surface all you like, but if you never find the root cause, the distortion's never getting solved. So I guess you guys never really had to look into that kind of stuff, huh? Your boss clock opens a door into their fathoms or whatever, right? You mean a dungeon of the fathoms? Yeah, that's the one. From where we're standing, distortions are a really high maintenance, time-consuming headaches. It's one thing to somehow manage to locate the inflection point, but curing it's another thing. But you guys can just march straight into somebody's heart, knock the snot out of everything in there, and then ta-da, patient's ready for discharge. That's how it works, right? Ugh, not gonna lie, I was so jealous when I heard about it, I almost bit my sleeve off. It's just a bit of violent therapy. Barely, I had thought your team would set about resolving distortions once the foe was vanquished, as we won't do. Was that not so? Of course not. Why would anyone come to us with a distortion suppression request if it were that simple in the first place? But yeah, most of the time peeps try brute force approaches to it first, and when things go smooth, they send requests to the company or to our detective's office. That means the client this time must have been. Bingo, apparently the resident of Butter Street had all chipped into commission all kinds of agencies like the twas and the combat specialized fixer offices, but none of them can actually do things right, and the job got passed to us. Meaning, the distortion phenomenon related to this kind of photograph is still occurring unchecked somewhere on the streets. Exactly, that's why we gotta find something, anything that might count as a clue. Ezra gazed down at the people lying on the floor with a complicated expression. Neat ash gray suits and the logo on the collar of their uniform briefcases. Hey, isn't that N-Corp's logo? Come to think of it, wasn't Marcel once employed there? Dang. Lots of flashbacks. Yeah, he did mention that he used to work at N-Corp. Maybe he can offer us some insight. You know who these guys are, Marcel? Yes, manager. These are N-Corp Class 2 staff members. Given the camera briefcases in their possession, they are likely members of the Pinframe team of Service Disc Blue? Marcel recited the information as though he was pulling it from a file he had already sorted and placed in the back shelf of his mind. Okay, Pinframe team, huh? Anything you can tell us about them? Yes. It is one of N-Corp's many field departments related to the information gathering and processing. Their primary duties include the handling of N-Corp's internal information, analysis of N-Corp's internal intelligence, and the sorting and arranging of N-Corp's internal information in the intersector. That'd be enough. Whoa, be a talking encyclopedia or something? Yeah, another thing to be jealous of. You think it'll be okay if we borrow him sometimes? Might be an issue for us if we just went and borrowed our team's encyclopedia. Looks like everybody agrees that he's an encyclopedia. No! That might be dehumanizing him a little bit. No idea if he cares, though. Anyway, your encyclopedias, right? They're from N-Corp's pinframe team. Seen them a few times before in N-Corp's nest. But why would some people already busy enough dealing with nest affairs come all the way out to a shabby back street like this? Got any guesses? I am unable to determine. The possible range of connection between the two places of information is exceedingly broad. Listing every relevant reason as to why they may have come here would require a considerable amount of time. Therefore, I will not present a determinative answer to that question. So he's not guessing, basically. As for staring holes into me with an unspoken, is this dude always like this? Won't pull any answers from me, you know. Because aside from combat situations, I've still got no way to figure out what's going on in his head. Okay then, Mersal. Maybe this will be easier to answer from an objective point of view. And that's why I noticed something I'd never imagined would happen. Oh, I think he just got mad. Mersal's eyes widened, and his gaze fixing me with such force that I could almost feel the faint tremor. A leveling stare that came with, "There's no such thing as an objective point of view." Sure. The clipped tone that, and a look that almost bordering on rebuke. A given judgment may seem infinitely close to objectivity, but ultimately all things are subjective without exception. I fell silent for a moment, lost in thought. Part of it was because Mersal's reaction had caught me off guard. I also wondered whether this response might be connected to why he would always refuse to make judgments for himself. And if this has something to do with his turn, which I know is just around the corner. But then tell me 3 subjective reasons you think are most likely for why these people had to come all the way into the back streets. I need to understand who he actually is as much as I can. Because I'll never know when I'll get another chance to really get to know him if I brush this off with a simple, "Oh, I see, my bad," as usual. Yes, manager. I would presume that their mission was one or all of the following: retrieval of a video recording or recordings in the violation of N-Corp's taboo, prompt elimination of the violator, contact with an informant in the back streets collaborating with N-Corp's nest, or identification and arrest of a wanted individual or individuals designated by the nest. Taboo? You mean these people could be taboo hunters? Nah, no way. They don't send out taboo hunters for every single violation, you know? Like wings usually leave minor taboo violations to be handled by a subcontracted fixture office or employees of the departments in charge. I say these guys here are N-Corp staff. Miss Ongdu, what are you looking for in their pockets? I'm looking through their belongings for enlightening clues yet be hidden in their sleeve or the fold of their garments. Lady Moses has been gifted with the art of discerning the truth from the lies before her with a single glance, yet my eyes are foreign to such a feat. Let me take a look too. It's an employee card. Okay, this one's a wallet, so let's put that back. We don't want to be robbers. Aha, this might be it. It's an order missive. Ezra pulled a sheet of paper out from an N-Corp staff note, read its contents out loud. Work detail. Elimination of the individual of a Category 3 taboo violation. Address Butter Street. This is the place. Which means all this might be pointing to something. Whoever used to work in the studio and the distortion phenomenon might be connected. Yep, now that you mention it, the whole pop and change thing happened. It did kind of feel like a camera flash. Alright, let's start by combing through this place. Let me know if you find anything suspicious. Oh, at long last. Hath the hour arrived for my debut as a detective, forsooth? Don Quixote must have been miffed for not getting to play detective back in T-Corp. No idea where she been keeping them, but she immediately pulled out the detective props that she'd given to Roya, Ryoshu, and Honglu back then. Dang, she's been waiting. Verily, I had foreseen the day would come. Fortunately, Otis wasted no time putting an end to Don Quixote's badly timed shenanigan. A sharp dressing down from her was enough to make our dejected, chivalric adventurer stuff the costume away. Okay then, we should get moving too. Have thought-out team ready. We spent a long while rifling through the photo studio with the LCD team, but no one found any decisive evidence. There sure are a lot of photos around, but almost all of them are just pictures of buildings. Nothing much to tell from that. Aside from that canister containing the film roll Sinclair picked up, there are no remaining items here that count as a proper clue. Executive Manager, I've confirmed that the rest are all empty plastic containers. And where's the rest of the film if there's only one left? Then it's probably best to check the contents of the film roll directly. Yes, Executive Manager, I will find a way to develop the film. You guys find any sort of photo development room or equipment nearby? Let's search a little more before we see what's in that film roll. Mentor, what do you make of this object? For the 8th time, Ongdu, I have no idea. They really do look like a father and their child. Got that deadbeat dad vibe. Well, not exactly, but it's funny. It's I don't know how to describe it. He's just like the chill dad with the studious kid. If I had wits bright enough to understand all that lies before me with a single glance like that team leader, I would have passed the royal examinations long ago and secured myself a lucrative position as a court official. But Mentor, hasn't you already passed the... Once swung, a sword does not retrace its arc, Ongdu, so it is with life. There is no undoing what has already been cut. Plus, it is unnecessary to dwell on what can no longer be undone. There is no after for what has been slashed away. That was actually kind of wise sounding. I think he's gonna immediately turn it around. Not for you, Mentor. Ought you not dwell on what can no longer be undone. I misspoke. I didn't mean it that way, Ongdu. I really meant to say that I do not wish to recall my past. I am aware you have told me as much since long ago, whenever you were placed in a position to retrace the past. Mostly at the eateries where you filled your belly on unpaid tabs, and each time you brought down the stone wall before our house by your own erring hand. Those are exactly the kinds of things you should never forget. Ow, my belly. I feel a stabbing pain in my belly. This spot, on the very wound you once gave me, afflicts me yet again. The one from when you thought you were only poking me with a scabbard, yet by some cruel turn it was your sword that ran me through. Oh, is that distortion time? He's still hanging on a bit to that. Mentor, you say it was completely healed and that I need not concern myself with it. Those very same words have been repeated at least 80 times. He's guilt-tripping, but it still aches every now and then. Chiefly when I hear your sharp, cutting words that I really don't want to hear. Ah, is that so? Ongdu suddenly pulled out a sheet of paper and began furiously writing something down. What's this? I've written down the words that I have just said. Oh my gosh. She looks crazy. If hearing my sharp, cutting words afflicts you so, perhaps reading them instead would cause no suffering. I think it will continue to cause suffering, I'm very sorry to say. Tim's face began to contort like a wet dish towel being wrung dry. I really can't believe this is the same Mentor Ongdu follows so devoutly. Where's all that dignity and forbearing Ongdu said he had? Young Ongdu, there is a matter I would ask thee. Apparently I wasn't the only one who felt that way about him. Pray, speak freely. This may perhaps be discourteous inquiry, but I too, when speaking to the others of those whom I serve, often ornament my words with laudation of an acceptable agree, and yet it's acceptable. I understand your concern, Lady Don Quixote. I suppose this is your first time seeing Mentor with his shoulders so unbraced and his bearing so loose. In truth, when I first beheld him, I also wondered whether such a man could truly be a leader worth placing my faith in. However, upon my honor, I assure you that I have never once uttered a falsehood when I spoke of him to you. My respect towards the blades of my own foes alike, my determination to safeguard what must be protected, and even my arms be torn apart, all of these, undoubtedly, the teachings that my mentor has imparted unto me. Truly? Why, if fortune should grant the opportunity, you may witness Mentor's true self yourselves someday. That is to say, we let ourselves be carried by the currents of the river to arrive at such a chance. Hongdu gave her prosthetic arm a casual sweep, smiling sincerely as though she truly believed every word she said. Then leaning closer to Don Quixote, she whispered, "Besides, unless I speak with his fangs stern ignorance, there will be no end to his digging in his heels. I would ask for your trust, for all is aimed at his benefit." Oh, okay, I had a feeling. He's just trolling really bad. "Forsooth, thou too hast been burdened with the trials of serving your superior." So that's what it was. I get it now. Oh dang, that was actually kind of loud. Just as I witnessed the budding of this peculiar bond of what the heck is that word? Commiseration and camaraderie between our chivalric friends, the door leading outside was flung open with a loud slam. We've arrived at the target location. It appears that the advance party has already been defeated. Wait, who are these people? Cooler than you? Didn't they say there was only a single violator? Oh crap. Looks like it's too late to talk our way out of this, whatever excuse we come up with. Oh boy, this is not going to go well. The same thing happened last time when I saw the N-Corp employees. I thought we had the wrong intel, and all of a sudden... Oh my god. A sudden flash blinded my vision white, as though I had stared straight into a burst of searing light so intense and bright that it made my head swim. Yeah, there was the same pop and ah. With my vision blinded, the only thing I could make out was Ezra's soft murmur. Until even that came to a stop as her breathing hushed. Oh. What the heck? It didn't take long for me to realize what was happening. Seeing it again doesn't exactly warm the heart, wouldn't you say, Ondu? Though S-Corp may indeed be passing through hard times, this alley was not quite so wretched in form, was it, Mentor? Is that right? Looks much the same to me. Ah, this place. Did we just get teleported to S-Corp? I think we're inside a photo of somebody's memories if, like, N-Corp deals with, like, canned experience. No, Dante, though it generates a considerable sense of verisimilitude. This is... I know what this is. This is a presence. I haven't been able to detect it until just now, but somehow it was now surrounding us, saturating every corner of the space where we stood. The dreary stone walls, trees bent and coiled in grotesque forms, the sheen of the light, and even the air we breathe. All of them point towards a single phenomenon. This is the depths of the fathoms. Fathoms made entirely out of distortion. There are completely different distortions where the N-Corp employees were just a moment ago. Executive manager, this is exactly it. This is what I was trying to explain. Dang. Nothing makes the thing creepier than the super, like, realistic photos. Where Ezra pointed, the people in smart, neat suits had vanished, and in their place, figures clad in blood-stained dopo robes were approaching us with dragging, uneasy steps. Right, let's fight first and talk later. Ready, Ongdu? My blade is poised to strike Lady Ezra. And wait, where's the bamboo-hatted dude? I am afraid he has already taken his leave. He said he had no desire to cross blades with the... Oh my god. Shinoku's of S-Corp twice. Come on, man, not again. He's a repeat offender, that's for certain. Executive Manager. Wherever Kim's gone off to, this definitely isn't the time to be asking trivial questions. Right, let's do what Ezra says and get ready for battle. On your orders, Executive Manager. Men, prepare for battle.
세피라들도 결국 내 편에 설 수밖에 없을 거야. 나도 그들도 모두 빛의 눈이 멀어버렸거든.
Alright. Oh, what's a Vulsion wound? Aha. Another bleed. This is... Huh. And clash blue. Okay, so we need to beat their clashes. Okay, and we gotta avoid getting smacked. Alright, let me actually read this. To cover the eyes is not to be blind. These fabrics created using Q-Corp Singularity are fashioned into many forms, such as blindfolds and headbands, and are completely used throughout the East. It is not unusual to see fixers and employees of corporate entities in the East covering their heads and faces with these products. The fabric served the same function as sunglasses, visors, and compact prosthetic eyes found elsewhere in the city. They scan the target's information in real time, augment the weaver's vision, and provide tactical analysis at times. They can also serve as a means of communication with distant allies. Alrighty. I guess it's fine I didn't bring a sinking team. These guys all look the same. I'm gonna treat them as such. And Ezra win a clash this time. Alrighty. I've heard of these only because I read Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. I'm still extremely sad after finishing that one. Alright, let's see if I can remember how you use this Ishmael. Ah, frick. Nobody's aiming at Ishmael. Okay.
Zobacz.
네 상대는 나야. 하! 가속 펀치!
모든 것에 견뎠어.
의도는 모르겠지만 이걸로 공평해졌네. 불가 위약 막아내지 못하리. 하나, 둘, 박살!
감동 확보. 더 야세라는 소재를 통달한다면
効果的な攻撃でした。
이미 우리는 손에 많은 피를 묻혔잖아. 몇 명 늘어난다고 달라지는 건 없어. 주목과 피. 코코. 재밌네. 난 너희가 좀 더 어설플 거라고 생각했거든.
소바주. 바람 불어오는 대로 짓밟아라.
검수망 모드.
이연.
너희가 걸어야 할 수라의 길은 여전히 그 끝이 보이지 않는 만큼 멀고 또 멀고
써봐주. 하나 넘고 둘 넘고 꺾고 제쳐라.
매뉴얼을 만들어두길 잘했네. 그렇게만 해.
너희가 걸어야 할 수라의 길은 여전히 그 끝이 보이지 않는 만큼 멀고 또 멀고.
일기당천.
우와, 지금 완전 삼촌들이랑 고모대 같았어.敵は深手を追っています。
써봐주.
이제 깨치시게.
끝내지.
지금처럼 엄마와 함께 이곳저곳을 다니며 많은 기억을 쌓아줘.
That should be all of them. Surveying the area with a measured alert, Ongdu casts the blood from her sword with a few sharp flicks before sliding it back into its sheath. They're not changing back. Doesn't look like being up the distorted ones reverts them immediately this time around. Perhaps a fortunate turn of events in a way. Let us search for clues while time allows us. Right. You take that side, Ongdu. I'll search here. Ezra and Ongdu moved about as though they were used to this kind of situation. Without even taking a moment to catch their breath after the battle, they began searching the space. Prithee. Don Quixote was the first one to voice her doubt in the surreal, unfamiliar situation we found ourselves in. We battled distortions upon our arrival hither, yet never before have I beheld our surroundings changed with so sudden a flash. Prithee, I cannot make sense of this situation. Couldst thou render a detailed account of this distortion phenomenon? Apologies, it would appear I overlooked the briefing due to the urgency of this predicament. This is, according to the definition presented by Lady Moses, a location-type distortion. It's basically when a whole space distorts, and since places and buildings can't move on their own, the distortion gets fixed in a certain space. As for this one, looks like the distortion's already progressed pretty far along. Middle stage, probably. They don't usually get this big, but this one here is covering almost an entire street. Then those people. They entered this space and got caught up in it, and our job right now is to get to the bottom of the phenomenon. What exactly gets people caught up, and what happens to them once they're in. Of course, we can't really rule out the possibility of a powerful distortion that's encroaching upon its environment. Oh, and by that I mean when a distortion bleeds into the space around it and warps it. Oh man, I'm actually talking like our team leader. Rubbed off on me, I guess. Ezra continued with a sheepish giggle. In any case, we won't be able to suppress or cure the distortion even if we whoop these guys' asses 100 times. We need more clues to help us locate the inflection point. Maybe we should examine these people over here too. With a call, Ezra directed our attention to rows of collapsed people all around, all of them clad in dopo robes. And these are... The glyph emblazoned upon their headbands, Chu, bespeaks propulsion and pursuit. It marks them as Shinokuns, functionaries charged with scouring and hunting runaway nobis. You hail from the homeland as we do. I am unsurprised that you know of them. I could hardly fail to know, for I, too, was once enumerated among their quarry. Scientists and technicians were daily being disposed of their stations in S-Corp, after all. So it was no idle tale. Scientists who ply their craft without fattening S-Corp's coffers are seized forthwith and made nobis of the corporation. Indeed, I count myself fortunate to have absconded with my friends afore the brand of Nobai could be impressed upon us otherwise. Nobai, the wretched appellation conferred upon the people for the convenience of those in power, a vile practice and an excuse of their power-mongering, nothing more. The so-called taboo hunters of S-Corp operate by the much same anatomy. Does the breaching of a taboo summon the hunter, or does the hunter first seize his prey, to thereafter frame the captured with invented transgression? If the powerful so desire to chase a man down, to take possession of his very being, keep him caged, then they need only decree that he should bear the lot of a Nobai, which is what S-Corp has become today. My mentor, too, is one of the victims of that accursed practice. Then could these people have been sent out to capture your mentor, Yiseng? Or Yiseng? Or me, perhaps, or none of us? You mean to state that they may have been conceptual forms of Chunokuns generated by distortion? That is a plausible conjecture. We're getting nowhere with this clue hunting. With a heavy sigh, Otis pressed her fingers against her brow as if her head were starting to pound in frustration. To delve further into the matter, it is necessary to determine why the S-Corp and its Chunokuns have appeared as the motif of this phenomenon. Considering the course of the events we've seen so far, would it not stand to reason that the distortion stains all nearby things with memories most foul? I mean, it could just be like the person causing the distortion had to deal with this. The presence of Chunokuns suggests a possible correspondence to Yiseng's memories. Conversely, however, the absence of T-Corp's time collectors weakens that hypothesis. In which case, the most plausible theory is that this particular distortion could have stemmed from Bamboo, Haid Kim, or Ongdu's memories. Ongdu furrowed her brow and fell into thought, as though she couldn't grasp the full picture of the problem. I've seen a few distortions that show trauma or affect their surroundings. But this one, I'm not getting that pop of inspiration. I can't even guess what this distortion was either. Oh, a new little expression for her. She looks horrified. Oh dang. Got flashbang. The white flash of light suddenly drowned my vision again as Ezra clutched her head and cried out with annoyance. If only team leader was here, cracking this would have been a piece of cake. And we're back. So this is why you kept asking whether we'd see anything bursting with a pop. The N-Corp employees must have it rough too, getting dragged into the distortion like this. I mean, what else were we supposed to do? It was self-defense. They were about to attack us. I suppose finding the root cause and taking care of it would be the fastest way forward. Let's just do what we can for now. Okay, first we need to develop the film we found here. We'll head to the nearest dark room and... Now actually, let's first drag that slippery hat-wearing cult back here and get him talking about the Chunokuns. That's probably our best bet. Every time we take a jog, that slacker just slips off without telling anyone. As one part of me watched Ezra stamp her feet in frustration, I was also carefully following Heathcliff's team through the other part of my vision. Oh, I think I could help with that. Have you located him? Huh? What? Boss Clock found something? Yep, I found where Bamboo Haid Kim is right now. Meanwhile, Heathcliff's team... This music is just kinda jamming out. Bloody hell, what's up with these kids? They're showing up out of nowhere. How should I know, but judging by their get-up, they seem to like S-Corp fellas. And things were going so well. We could have talked it out with those fedora guys who were rummaging around the place earlier, you know. But no, you just had to go barking at them first. Would have saved us a whole lot of trouble if you hadn't, right? Oh, so it's my fault. Those bastards looked like they were nicking stuff. This is our contract area, ain't it? If they walked off with something important, we'd be the ones catching hell. Listen, bud, not everyone's itching to swipe hair coupons into their pockets the second they get the chance. Oh, for how many bloody months are you gonna milk that? Until the day you die, Heathcliff. Nobody's gonna forget that. Excuse me. What, you got a problem too, mate? No, not at all. Just wondering whether that gentleman over there is also one of our enemies. Is that the end of your troupe performance? Shame, I was really enjoying watching you folks dance. Might have mistaken this place for the Peach Blossom Land of Legends, and had there been a cup of fine rice wine to go with it. Dude, I can't pronounce all these words. Yeah, that's an enemy, alright. He has a name tag, though. I think it says, LCD. LCD or whatever, who gives a toss? Am I supposed to put up with every bastard having a dig at me? Oh, there goes Heathcliff. Oh dear. Such bold swings. Didn't know there was an encore to that performance, huh? You slippery little rat. Well, I do find this amusing enough, but if you intend to play with me, you ought to be more aware of your surroundings. Hey, behind you, there's... just completely destroying everything in his path. Wow, he took out all those dopo-wearing people with just a single strike. I'd say that about covers the price of admittance for your troupe's circus, wouldn't you? Well then, I leave the rest to you folks. Wandering blades and Murim tales never linger on the stage for long after all. And there he goes. Boy, where the hell do you think you're going? Ah, damn it.
하지만 이런 시시한 전투에도 긴장감을 불어넣어줄
이번에도
비장의 예술이
잘해줬어.
하나 있지. 유익한 책이 또 하나 늘었네. 박수갈치는
도시에는
언제
But let me get this straight. Dude was here just a minute ago, and nobody knows where he wandered off to. Yeah, bloke just turned up out of nowhere, flapped his gums, and then did a runner before anyone could grab him. Ezra let out a long, listless sigh, as though she was getting sick and tired of even complaining about him. Lady Ezra, I cannot say your frustration is misplaced, yet I trust you are also aware that, more often than not, Mentor's actions have carried a profound design. He has never left his post without purpose so far. No, I get it, okay? But come on, would it kill him to give us a heads up before he goes zooming off on his own again? It's not like we'd stop him. What are we gonna do, time him up, lock him in a closet? We don't do that in our team, right? Remember last time? We all thought he was being a good patient and sleeping it off in the recovery ward, but nope, when the LCE got infiltrated, he snuck out without telling anyone and came back like nothing happened, and the team leader didn't even chew him out for that. Lady Ezra, that's... Oopsie, wasn't supposed to mention that, was I? Then the reason he failed to participate in the operation was simply because the LCD was lax in supervising his personnel. Is that what you're suggesting? Lady Moses bade us hold our tongues for this very reason. She knew full well Mentor's intentions would be misunderstood in precisely such a manner. What part of this have I misunderstood? Did you not just disclose that the man deserted his post without authorization? That's the thing, he wasn't just wandering around. He was outside all alone, taking down the ring auto mannequins who'd locked down the elevator that leads into the LCE department. Oh dang, so he was helping. Yeah, it's not like he was dealing with the strongest enemy out there, but the recovery ward didn't have an emergency alarm, and nobody from the department was there to warn him either. He somehow just caught on and did the job himself. Huh? It is all thanks to him that the facility team managed to get the comms back up and contact the LCE chief dude way faster, and that helped the LCA actually deploy. They would have been delayed for another hour or two if he hadn't stepped in, apparently. And he went fighting even though he still wasn't fully recovered, so he came back looking like he'd been processed through a meat grinder, so yeah, he did end up staying in bed like a good patient in a lot of pain. So he didn't do too shabby. Then the soldier is not entirely deserving of reproach. Nope, he's a less talking, more doing type, I guess. Anyway, we were all stuck inside the building back during the incident, so fine. I suppose there was no helping it. Today, though, never mind. It's always like this with him. He always slips away and pops back in saying, it's done. My point is, what happens if one day one of those solo missions doesn't go his way and he just drops dead in the street somewhere? How are we supposed to help him then? Actually, how does he even know it's supposed to be done in the first place when nobody gave him any instructions? Just his gut feeling? Bloke's got to be relying on his gut feeling, innit? Gut feeling? Look, I only saw the bloke for a bit, so I can't say I've got him all figured out. He's an annoying bastard, but he didn't strike me as some clueless sod who doesn't know where he's stepping. Heathcliff scratched at his chin and kept talking as though he were stating an obvious fact. Today's proof enough. He's not one of us, so Clockhead couldn't have reached him from that far and sent him to back us up. And there's no way he just happened to run into us just when we were about to get into battle, innit? Then, well, it could be the bloke's got some stupidly sharp head on him and piece things together. Could be that. But I've got these moments where I get a flash of that gut feeling, however you want to call it. My bossman, Matthew, said he could hear that kind of shit too. Said, I can hear them gears turning, or I think I hear rats scurrying about. He'd do things you couldn't make heads or tails of. Listen, there was this one time when we were expecting a life and death fight. Matthew said he can hear them gears turning, walks into a random pub, starts throwing back drinks like he'd lost his bloody mind. That does sound like somebody who's lost his bloody mind. Back when I was on the ship, some sailors used to drink the barrel dry before battling whales to blunt their fear, only to stumble around on the deck and fall overboard. Yeah, and Boss would knock it back like a whale. Still, the point is getting plastered right before a turf war is not what most sane people would call a good idea. Had us all crossed, so we went stopping after him. And guess what? Turns out that pub was the secret hideout where the opposing syndicate was holed up. They were crowding around the gaffer, running their mouths about how they'd kill him and put an end to the dead rabbits. That's when we came storming in and had them surrounded instead. Not a single one of them got away. We beat them bloody, every last bastard, and Boss knew it'd play out that way. Sorry, but this really sounds like a bar stool bragging to me. You sure that wasn't just a coincidence? I should think it was no mere chance. If you're saying as much, then surely this is what was but one among many such coincidences. Is that not so? Yeah, every time Matthew pulled one of those stunts, our lot ended up growing bigger. Wouldn't have kept working so neatly if it were just a coincidence. It is likely what is often referred to as indeed the instinctive sense or experience-based precognition, more accurately an unconscious process by which information accumulated in the subconscious is sorted and converted into such sensible conclusions. There have been some extremely rare cases in which Heathcliff has demonstrated the ability to arrive at coherent conclusions that surprised even Faust. On further analysis, it would appear that he was employing a mechanism similar to a sixth sense, as some people would call it. Heathcliff is getting roasted. Is that a compliment, or are you taking the piss out of me? Though my mentor does not see fit to explain each step he takes. With all his past, I often find that no footfall of his was taken in vain. I would ask if you grant him but a little time and wait. Keep waiting, in the shape of his intent it may yet become clear. Though I confess, I have also been concerned about him of late. His recent silence is far heavier than what I have noticed in the past. To wait. Don Quixote began, hesitated, then stopped herself from saying more. She only gave a quiet nod. Yeah, okay, I suppose our team leader has her own reasons for letting him be. That said, doesn't mean I'm happy about it. Let us return to the task at hand and do what we can for now. Fine. As the others quieted down, I finally had room to notice the place we found ourselves in. There wasn't a single ray of light, just a deep red hue pressing in from every side. I can't believe we've been chatting away in the dark this whole time, fellas, and the red lights aren't helping at all, especially with my aging eyes. Alright, you're old. Quick, push him. Oh, are you looking for the light switch? It's right here. And right then, don't turn on the light. I heard Marcel's clipped warning, his voice coming from a corner I didn't expect to find. He's just kind of lurking. Marcel, where are you? Ah, there he is. That corner. Is he watching something? I'm developing the film roll, manager. Exposure to the light might ruin the entire roll. Please exercise caution. The fact that they're using this, like, when they have, like, the craziest technology ever, must be, like, some sort of, like, special thing that they developed similar to normal film, or, like, they're just stuck with older fashioned stuff. So he's been doing his own thing. That explains why he was quiet all along. Did you think you'd know how to print photographs, pal? What's that for, anyway? You expressed a wish to have the film developed, manager. I am carrying out that instruction. I see. A photo studio first, and now a darkroom. This may be no more than conjecture, but it would not be unreasonable to suppose that the axis of this distortion rests upon a photographer. The film serial numbers either match those found in the photo studio or deviate by only a single digit. It is certain that this darkroom is connected to the studio in some way. The images bear a striking resemblance to these photographs. I also believe this building and the photo studio share a strong connection. Oh, where did you get these photos? I brought some from the photo studio. I cannot name the location in the picture with certainty, yet they all appear to have been taken at various places in N-Corp district. Buildings, mostly. Hey, wait, I know what these are. People take pictures like these when they're supplying stuff to that department store. Correct. The photos must have been taken by a docographer. Marcel chimed in, holding up an odd cylindrical container in his hand this time. He gave the container a shake every now and then, with a measured rhythm. Whatever he was doing seemed to be part of the process of developing the film. Film rolls are hardly affordable for the average resident in Corp. In most cases, taking photographs is done as a part of professional duties. There are approximately 21 occupations in District 14 that utilize photography. However, only a single profession involves routinely photographing specific buildings, adhering to the fixed standards that can be observed in these pictures. And these docugraphers you mentioned, are the people entrusted with that job? Yes, they photograph the information to be poured into canned experience. Docugrapher. How could a person of such a decently lucrative profession fall into distortion? Decent job, maybe, but how do we know if they're a decent person? Ezra replied with a clear-cut answer after only a brief pause. What makes you say that? That photo studio we were at didn't have any dark rooms, right? No, it didn't. My team leader said that there are other ways of processing film rolls, but in N-Corp you have to go to a dark room to develop and print them. Correct. Film rolls are usually immersed in developer solution to be processed. Which is why photo studios have these dark rooms equipped with red safe lights right next to them. But this place is pretty far from that photo studio. But yeah, now that you mention it, check out these windows. They're only covered by newspapers, all messy-like. If you consider how sensitive film rolls are to light, it's really super suspicious that this darkroom doesn't have any proper blackout panels. And you know films can cost a fortune in some places in the city, right? Who in their right mind would print photos in a room patched up with yesterday's newspaper? Oh. This probably isn't even a legit darkroom. Someone just hauled in the bare minimum tools needed to develop film and threw them together in a hurry. Someone who didn't want to be seen printing photos, and people don't usually avoid scrutiny unless they're doing something not so decent. If that's the case, then I can see why they might have distorted. Right? Manager. Marcel came to my side quietly. Still giving the strange cylinder the occasional shake. I have a request regarding your instruction to develop this film roll. What is it? Please ensure that the light in this room is not turned on until development is complete. Aren't we already doing that? Yes, however, engaging in battles opens the door to uncontrollable variables. This is why I have judged it necessary to make a separate request. Battle. There's no need for concern. I am capable of participating in combat while maintaining the development process. Wait, can you slow it down? A battle, you say? Surely this must be cause for you to believe so. I mean, makes sense. At the photo studio, reinforcements arrived exactly 11 minutes and 34 seconds after N-Corp's pinframe team staff were defeated. Deductions based on the events thus far make it clear that the photo studio and this dark room share some kind of connection. Furthermore, Senator Heathcliff, Senator Honglu, and Senator Gregor have battled N-Corp's pinframe team in this very location. I hear footsteps rushing up the staircase and approaching closer and closer. I have a feeling I know what Mersal's getting at, but I ask anyway. Meaning? The initial rinse is finished. The process is now halfway to the completion of the second agitation. This indicates that 11 minutes and 30 seconds have elapsed since the start of development. Battle is imminent. Please withdraw to a safe position, Manager. Mersal, you should have warned us way earlier. Understood, Manager. I will follow that instruction going forward.